right, this is Joel Farrell with Mortgage Lending for Entrepreneurs. We are in downtown Denver, and I've got two amazing guests who I last saw in Las Vegas for like a minute at the One Rental at a Time conference.
Yeah.
I've got Jeff White and Suleyka. Thank you all for joining me and spending time out of your day and almost getting smashed in the head by hail
Yes.
on the way in here.
A little crazy storm.
Got out of the car, had to run right back in. Never mind.
No umbrella.
So this all just kind of happened just sporadically. So thanks for making time.
Thank you for having me.
And
Thank
you guys are in the middle or just finishing your 10th house hack.
Just closed 2 weeks ago.
Okay, that's right. Just closed 2 weeks ago. So a house hack. I know what that means in my words, but just for the listeners out there, what does house hack mean for your story? What's your definition?
Yeah. So basically, it's when you buy a property to live in, and you rent out the space or units. So it could be a single family house, rent out the rooms. It could be the upstairs on a single family, rent out the downstairs, or the traditional way of 2 to 4 units, live in one unit, rent out the others. But basically, the goal is to reduce or eliminate your housing costs, because most people just buy a nice house and pay that whole thing by themselves. House hacking is a way to pretty much live for free or reduce it on the worst case scenario.
Okay.
And the cool thing about it is not just doing it one time to reduce or eliminate your expenses, but after a year of living there, rinse and repeat, do it again, do it again, do it again. And you start building up your rental portfolio.
Okay. I'm going to go backwards in time. Okay. So you mentioned before you purchased your first house in 2017. Okay. Let's just do a quick summary, high level, just spit through like bought your first house in 2017, lived in it for how long?
1 year.
For 1 year. So you knew exactly what you were doing on that first purchase.
Yeah.
Then
In buying it, we didn't know
Yeah,
what we were
no, we
doing.
didn't know. We knew how to buy. We didn't know what the rest. No, after you closed, we didn't know what to do. But
Right.
We cut our teeth out, or what
Yeah.
is that term? Yeah.
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 And then so in that second year,
yeah,
you're buying your next one.
correct.
And then how long until you bought the third one?
About, I think we did like 11 months.
Okay.
So it was August 11th, 2017 was the first one, and the second one was September 10th, 2018, and third one was July, I believe, of
Okay.
2019. Not that I remember all the dates, but that's
You did, right?
I guess.
And then the fourth one?
That was like 1 year and 1 month. So pretty much on average about a
every
year.
year.
Because we knew with owner occupied financing, we know like, oh, we signed this and tend to occupy for 1 year. So we knew it's just a short-term little short-term thing where we commit to it for a year, save up for the next one. And then what's crazy is it got easier each time. Not only
Easier each time.
Yeah.
Yes.
To qualify, our debt to income ratio went down and easier to save the down payment for the next one
Okay.
because we did it correctly and
Okay.
didn't increase our expenses and made sure to eliminate, or sometimes we actually made money on some of them by doing a couple different strategies. So we can go into that later. Yeah.
So you fast forward the clock till today.
Yep.
If you were to estimate total market value of home versus how much mortgage balances you have left over, like what's the spread? What are those numbers?
Yeah, that.
you know.
As I expected.
cool.
Yeah. Financial analyst at heart, so I love it. Not that I look at it once a month, but so it's about total value of all the properties is $7 million. And then the mortgage balances is $4.8 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, we have a lot
Yeah.
that we've paid off. Well, not us, our tenants.
Tenants, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Other people.
That's over, basically almost 10-year period or 9+ year period. So some of them we have more equity than others because we bought a lot of them with 5% down payments.
Right.
So we've gotten a good chunk of that from appreciation.
Values going up.
Yeah.
Renters paying them down.
Yeah.
And then, because I really want to dig into this is one of my favorite conversations because like it's hard to do, but once you know the blueprint and understand it and you have the courage to execute, like it works out, the numbers work out. So the first property you purchased was what price and like what dimensions? 3-bed, 2-bath, like what was the outline of that first property?
It was a fourplex.
Oh.
Each unit was 2 bed, 1 bath, total 8 bed, 4 bath, 3,600 square feet. Uh, the rents when we bought it, 3 units were rented. One was they were more or less month to month.
Like cash system.
Yeah, they were paying cash for like $600 a month for that bottom 2 bedroom unit, and then the other back unit was like 1,800. So we got the rents up, and our mortgage was 3,600. I remember that, or 3,400, excuse me. And we got the back 2 units up to 2,000. We renegotiated them, and then we got rid of the downstairs tenant, put a new tenant in there at 1,400. So we were getting
From
about
600
yeah
to 1,400.
new tenant. So we fixed it up. Yeah.
Okay,
So that was an adventure, to say the least. I'd describe it. I think we've had the biggest learning moments in that one because we didn't know what we were doing. We just wanted to. We were living in a condo before that. We're paying $1,500 from that. How do we get that to zero? And we accomplished that. We just didn't know how much extra work was involved when you deal with a fixer. We thought it'd be easy, and it wasn't the case at all.
Okay.
We made it work. When we bought it for how much? Was it 630?
Oh, 630 was the purchase price.
And then at that time, your only option would have been to do FHA, right?
That was
that
it. Yeah,
primary?
we did FHA, and as you're aware, the self-sufficiency test. So we actually had to put 7% down because it didn't meet the test.
With the existing leases or the
Yeah.
existing rents.
Yeah, so we had to put a little bit more down than the 3.5% for FHA. But it worked out in the end. We got the biggest education from that, more than any book or podcast we ever listened to.
Yeah.
But it didn't have to be that hard. I think that was the big takeaway. Yeah, but it taught us a lot about our true strengths and weaknesses that we didn't know before that, especially when you're going through it together. I think that's the thing that we enjoyed is we basically had to learn the hard way, but we shared that hard way together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all those wins, those really helped
Yeah.
us, like just keeping us motivated to keep doing it. And so we did pivot for the next one too. We are like, okay, maybe not a fourplex. Let's try single family that could be broken up as a duplex. And so we'll get like duplex money, but not really have to deal with another multifamily. And so then that's how we moved on to the next one. We definitely changed up our strategy, and it was more profitable, less work. But yeah, like I said, just better and better afterwards.
So that get into the next property, and now that fourplex is fully being rented out, and you mentioned
Yeah.
from 600 to 1,400 on the 2 units, and then the one went from 18 to 2,000,
Yep.
and then the one that you guys are occupying was then being rented for how much?
1,600.
Okay, so what is
So 16 for so
6
3,000.
grand?
We're getting like I think it was like say 3. So that was about 5 grand after,
Okay.
and then we bumped them up a little bit. I think like 2,100 after that. So it was like 5,100 with a 3,400 a month mortgage payment.
So I mean, expenses,
Yeah.
things like that. So you're cash
Yeah,
flowing
that
a
would-
good amount of money.
Yeah,
At
because our
least-
rate was 4.875, and I remember telling you about like this is kind of high rate at the time. And I'm like thinking back, like that's a pretty sweet rate. I don't know what I was complaining about. So because it was FHA,
Mhm.
and that was 2017, so it wasn't that bad looking back.
You said it was August,
Yeah,
right?
August
Because I know
27.
2016 was one of the years that like FHA and VA rates had bottomed again to like 3.25.
Wow.
12 and 13 went back up and then came back down in 2016. Anyway, that's different. So fast forward to 2017, yeah, rates were a little higher.
Yeah.
So that second purchase, primary residence, what price point was that one again?
375.
So okay, so it ends up being a lower price point. Do you do 5% down?
5%, yeah. So that
down.
was single family, conventional 5%.
Okay, and then how was the house constructed to where you able to maybe separate? Did you actually separate like units, or how did you do it?
The people that were already living there, they had already built up a wall. There was a separate kitchen downstairs. It was just super janky. And they kind of were already renting to like one of their family members or
For
something.
free. Yeah.
So, oh yeah, and
I
they were
think
just living
I
there for
don't
free
think
or
they're charging
something.
them.
And we're like, sweet, this is great. Like we can just go in and like really make that kitchen a lot better, kind of open it up the space. And we decided to go ahead and just take one of the basement rooms downstairs and rent upstairs to a family, rent out all the other rooms downstairs. which was like what, 3 other bedrooms downstairs aside from ours.
Right. Yeah. So we did the rent by room
Yeah, we
strategy.
did rent by room downstairs.
Like short term, kind of like
No,
rent by room,
just-
or like permanent, like
permanent strangers renting rooms. It'd be, yeah. So,
and sharing the downstairs kitchen.
and
Oh,
bathroom.
yeah, and
bathroom.
So it's more ask her about that. That's more of the funny
was
story.
tough. Yeah,
With
that
other
was
guys,
tough.
all guys.
Yeah, all guys. One time I came home, like as soon as you come home, to the left was the bathroom. I remember coming home one time. Somebody had just left the bathroom. Don't know who it was. I don't know. But I walk in. I was like, oh God. I had to walk right back out. And I was like, no. I just got in my car, went to the gym, and like did my thing over there. But I was like, man, this sucks. But at the same time, it's only temporary. You know, it's only going to be, a year before you're out, and maybe you pivot that. And maybe, actually, that was one of the things where I told Jeff, okay, maybe in the next one, we'll take the master bedroom that has our own bathroom. And yeah, I don't care whatever happens with the rest of the house. Like, I think that would be kind of like just a little bit better. We'll sacrifice this year, but next year, let's just get our own bathroom. And
So what you were saying is that
Still.
you're going to the gym every single day.
oh, it got me to the gym. Like, it was such a good thing. I had to see the positive in it. Yeah. Showers, bathroom, like the whole thing. It actually worked out. It worked out for me. There was a gym close by, so it was perfect. I was there all the time. Use their water, not ours too.
But the crazy thing was that deal was because we learned on the first one. It's like, oh, okay, so we don't have to start off with like a hard multifamily. It's a fixer upper. Let's like find something that's more cosmetic, and we could just make it a little better. A single family house, it's a little bit nicer, and then renting out those rooms downstairs, plus renting out the upstairs. Yes, we had to share the bathroom with those other guys, but we were living for free plus cash flowing about $1,000 a month.